the metal tube. Zoom up 115 floors at a ridiculous speed to the top of the Ping An skyscraper. Then you find a window and marvel at the sublime bigness of Shenzhen. "40 years ago, all this was farmland and dirt roads. Now, it's the hot, steamy, frenetic home to 13 million people that just about everyone on Earth calls the Silicon Valley of China." Everything here moves at what's known as Shenzhen speed. It's a phrase that describes an unyielding pace of change, and I came here to feel it firsthand. To do that, it's an Instagram pose with the cityscape, a quick scan for government spy drones, and then a car ride to see where just about everything we use gets made. I hear about factories in China all the time. Today, I'm lucky enough to actually go visit one that's located about an hour outside of the center of the city. They're going to let us see what life is like inside one of these factories. Dozens of workers moving at Shenzhen speed, making fancy headphones for an Australian company called Neura. How did you guys end up in Shenzhen? I guess that's the thing to do these days.
Yeah. Shenzhen's known as a place that people come to make things.
Yep.
You don't come here to mess around. You come here to get things done. They have the supply chain here, a supplier that can make any component of the headphones you need. The production line's been running at basically maximum capacity since we started. And yeah, we can do 500 a day normally.
What are the little noises we hear in the background?
You're hearing them make sure they assembled the speaker correctly.
So that's like a test noise?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. But what is life like for the people who make these wonderful toys? To get a taste of the factory experience, I joined the mad dash for lunch. Cafeteria food.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. How are you? Good. How's the food?
Okay.
It's good. How long have you worked here?
2 years.
Okay. But I can tell you one major lifestyle advantage the Chinese have over us Guilos.
When we first started working here, after lunch, we couldn't really get anyone's attention. Eventually, we cottoned on. Everyone's just sleeping at that time of day. That said, we embraced it very quickly.
What is your preferred sleeping apparatus?
I'm pretty Spartan, so either on the desk or under the desk with a bit of bubble wrap for a pillow. Trust me, it's good.
Luke is just one of many entrepreneurs who come to get their gear made in Shenzhen. There's a flourishing scene here for hardware startups that want to move fast and make things. Many of them can be found here at a startup incubator called Hacks. The idea here is simple. Help startups build a prototype, then connect them with factories that can start cranking out their products by the thousands. Take Jamie here, an affable chap who's part of a British startup called Carve.
We make a digital ski coach. So effectively, it's like a insert you put into your ski boot, and it teaches you how to ski better. So you get like real-time feedback through headphones, like that was a bad turn, that was a bad turn, that was a better turn.
You have one here, don't you?
Yeah, let me show you. So yeah, these are motion sensors.
Okay,
so we have full
that's spot on.
motion sensing.
Crazy. Like many startups here, Carve began life as a humble Kickstarter campaign. Now, just a couple of years later, they're pumping out 5,000 units of their product every month. Do you think you could have brought something like this to life in the UK if you'd have been accepted by an incubator there?
Yeah,
or
I mean,
now that you've been here, you've seen a new world, I guess?
I think it kind of depends a little bit on how much of a shoestring you're on. Here in Shenzhen, it's so much cheaper. In many different categories, it's cheaper, like in the product development phase, to get different materials 3D printed or machined.
To get a feel for that high-speed energy, I hop across the street with Jamie to the famed Huaqiangbei markets.
Yeah, so this is the biggest electronics market in the world, probably.
They're an important resource for the young entrepreneurs here, and a fantastic place to get your senses overloaded. Such a hive of activity in here. It's crazy.
Oh man, it's great. So this is the energy, right? This is where factories have come to display their wares to potential buyers, who is me and a lot of the other people here. Kind of a storefront for factories.
Okay. And if I make like smartphones or TVs or anything like that, I kind of come here to see the latest and greatest stuff.
Exactly. You want to find a manufacturer, you come to Huaqiangbei.
It's also a great place to find that missing part for your prototype, which is why you run into other crews from hacks roaming the aisles.
Buying some screws? Buying some springs. Have you tried, there's a spring woman out the front as well if you want one. Just on the left as you go out.
I used to have a guy just there, but he doesn't want to sell them anymore.
The fact that I can get a component in like an hour is like absolutely phenomenal. That is Shenzhen speed.
Yeah.
That's why we're here.
It's all happening here in Shenzhen, like some kind of crazy 21st century gold rush.